Hi, today we're going to talk about something called the distributive property. We've used it before in mathematics to solve problems, but you probably haven't seen it explained before. So the first question I'm going to ask you is, how could we calculate the area of these two polygons? One solution that we could do is to find the dimensions of both of the polygons, the square and the rectangle, multiply base times height or length times width, and then add them together. So if I look at this one, my base here is 4 and my height here is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. Then if I look at the other polygon, I have a height of 4 and a base of 7. 7 times 4 is equal to 28. So if I take 16 and add 28 to that, I get an area of 44 square units. Another way that I could have calculated the area of these two polygons is to combine them into one big polygon. So what that would look like is this. I move this over like so. I create one large rectangle with the dimensions of 4 and 11. So 4 times 11 is equal to 44. And that's how that works. How I can show that in terms of algebra is I could take it and say, okay, well, I have my 4, and then in brackets I could multiply it by 4 plus 7, like so. And that gives me the exact same answer as I would get before, and I'll explain that in the next slide. So how the distributive property looks algebraically is this. Essentially what happens is I have a value in front of a bracket that I am multiplying, for example a. Then inside the bracket I have two other numbers that I am adding, or could be subtracting together. So it essentially looks like this. We've got the variable at the front here, a, times b plus c. So what that looks like in practice is I would do a multiplied by b plus a multiplied by c, like so. So you would get a times b and then a times c, and then you use the addition or subtraction symbol in between them, and that gives you whether it is a positive or a negative value. I can show you an example of what that looks like right now. So for example, I might have something like 4 multiplied by a number, take away 3. So what I would do is this. I would say, okay, I'm going to multiply 4 times my variable, so 4 multiplied by x would give me 4x. And then I would take 4 and multiply it by negative 3. I know that 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. So my expression that I would get when I simplify it or remove the brackets is 4x subtract 12, or 4 times a number minus 12. I can check to see whether or not I use the distributive property correctly by using repeated addition. So if I go back to the example, I have 4 in brackets x subtract 3. What I can do is pretty much add up my x minus 3 4 times. So I'll just put that down here. So I have x take away 3 plus x take away 3 plus x take away 3 plus x take away 3. So I have x plus x plus x plus x that gives me 4x. And then I have negative 3 plus negative 3 is negative 6, plus negative 3 is negative 9, plus negative 3 gives me a grand total of negative 12. So it gives me the exact same answer that I got by just multiplying my number in front of the brackets, again in this case 4, by the x and by the negative 3. So that's how the distributive property works. And I'll show you a couple more examples so that you can see exactly how it continues to work. I could also have more than just two terms inside the brackets when using distributive property, and I could also have coefficients in front of the variables as well. So I could have something like 2 and inside the brackets 3x plus 4y minus 5. So same sort of thing. I would go 2 times 3x, 2 times positive 4y, and 2 times the negative 5. So I essentially just multiply the 2 times the 3 here. So 2 times 3 is 6, which gives me 6x. And then I would multiply the 2 times the 4. 2 times 4y would give me 8y. And again, that would be positive 8y. And 2 times negative 5 would give me negative 10. And that's what the simplified expression would look like. Same thing, I could add 3x plus 4y minus 5 to itself, which is essentially doubling it or multiplying it by 2, which would give me 6x plus 8y, subtract 10, or negative 10. Hopefully this helps you understand the distributive property a little bit better, and now it's time for some practice with this stuff as we continue to work through our unit on algebra. Thanks a lot and have a great day.